Hour 2 of the Denny Schaffer Show. Brought to you by the Taylor Automotive family. Find them at taylorauto.com. Becoming partly sunny today with a high of 60. The weekend's going to be 80. Don't worry about it. Let me see if we're still at 49 at the Cumulus compound. Oh, I hate pop-ups. Coming on my stinking phone. No, it's 48, Susie,
48.
so
Okay.
we dropped a degree. I don't know what happened. Somebody stole it from us. All right, 419-240-1055. We do it on Wednesdays. And, Bare Naked Lady tickets and Storm. I always want to call them the Storm.
Well, you know, old school.
The Toledo Walleyes. The Walleye tonight, Game 7 at the Huntington
Huge!
Center. Yeah, 7:35.
Very
I'll
exciting.
be watching at BCSN. Anyway, we'll give away those tickets. And you never know we're going to qualify somebody for the Boston trip. But first, we have him in on Wednesdays at this time for Ask the Black Guy. You know, because we want to do our part to help race relations in America. It's our friend Richard Fair. Richard.
Hello, Toledo. Happy to be back once again. Denny, my brother, how you doing?
Good. All right. Any stories since we saw you last of people recognizing you on the streets?
Yeah, a couple more, man. After I got divorced, I met people on the internet. I did internet dating stuff, and I actually got some callbacks from people that had never really called. It was, I heard you on the radio.
Really?
So, yeah,
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
So you're doing some internet dating?
Yeah, I did that.
How's
Yeah.
that going?
I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know. Some people are crazy. You know what you gotta do.
Have you ever had any experience like that where you gave it a shot and you were just entirely surprised and appalled?
Yes, totally.
Really?
It's happy, but I would say all in all, you get mixed reviews because you don't really know who you get, in a bar anyway. So I figured, let's give it a shot. So
What do you mean? You know exactly what you're getting. The most beautiful girl in the world.
yeah, it's about 5 beers.
Until the next morning, and it's like, until you look
Oh
at your
my
phone and
God.
go, oh my
Oh my
goodness,
God.
I took a selfie with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it works both ways, by the way, for the women. Beer goggles.
I would imagine.
All right, before we get into some of the questions today, I've got one. Can we say honky on the radio?
I think we can. We did it.
Can
I
we?
think so.
Did
I
we?
think so. Yeah.
All right, I have a honky question for you.
Oh, okay.
But first, what do you make about America wants Harriet Tubman on the 20? See, I think the Captain Crunch is an imposter is bigger. He's not really a
Captain
captain.
Crunch is an imposter?
He's only a commander. he only has 3 stripes.
Oh,
and he's
really?
supposed to have 4.
Really?
All these years.
I got a box at the house right now. I never
Look.
looked.
Don't eat
yes.
It's only how
Don't
many
need it.
stripes? Defective.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. Thank you.
And this is how much free time the U.S. Navy has. A spokesman says, our personnel records don't show a Captain Crunch who currently served
Oh,
or
jeez.
whoever served in the Navy. So,
He may not even have been in the Navy.
yeah, so he's a double fraud.
Oh,
I would imagine somebody in the state of Georgia would probably arrest somebody over this. I heard a story
They
about
oughta.
the dog, the guy with the dog. I'm like, why are you going to arrest this brother with the dog? The dog is about to, overheating in the
Yeah.
car. That's state of Georgia, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're sending everybody to prison. I just don't get it. I don't know why. Why would you send this guy
Well,
to jail?
here's the thing on that, though. They should have.
You see, he should have went to jail.
Yes. They
To
already-
jail?
They already, well, not to
breaking the
jail.
window?
For break, well, I mean, he should have gotten a ticket or in
Yeah,
trouble.
he
You
should pay
can't
for the
walk
window.
up to somebody's house. I mean, the law says that you can break a window to get a kid out, but you can't a pet. And they already called the cops. There's already witnesses there. There's witnesses there. He didn't even walk in and look at the dog or nothing. He heard the commotion. He grabbed his tire iron, walked up, busted the window, and got the dog out and gave it a drink.
Well, that's a gray
The
area.
cops were on the way. We can't have a bunch of. I know I'm going to probably get hammered for this, but you can't do that.
I hope
just
he asked for a
can't.
trial.
not?
I hope he asked for a trial because I wouldn't convict him. I'm like, come on, this is
Yeah.
one of these special circumstances. I mean, the man did it, but what you gonna do?
You wait for the cops.
The cops were on the way.
Yes.
Oh, were they?
Yes.
So he was showing off.
The dog died before the
It
cops.
only
Then the woman
takes
gets in
minutes.
big trouble.
See, I think that
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll break
Okay.
that down later on. What do you make of him? There's a big push right now. Harriet Tubman on the 20. They just did a USA Today did a big poll, and Harriet Tubman won, and it was Eleanor Roosevelt came in second. It was fairly close. It doesn't take an act of Congress. It just requires the Secretary of Treasury to make the change, which is Jack Lew. And the story behind it is apparently Andrew Jackson's portrait has been used on the 20 since it replaced Grover Cleveland in 1928.
okay.
I don't know why they changed it out, but they did.
I was so steamed about that.
There is precedent, I guess you could say. The campaign organizers, a bunch of women who don't have enough time in their hands, targeting the 20 because in 2020 it'll mark the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. So that's why there's the push for
Okay.
the 20.
So I would say, you know, it's
your
cool.
thoughts.
It's cool to get the girls to 20. There is no women on any, you know, monetary value in the United States, I don't believe. So I would say, you know, it's cool with the women, but I don't necessarily want to see, Harriet Tubman. I don't know. I think it says, I don't know. I think it could, you know, kind of stir up stuff. Like, if we're going to use a sister, why not Rosa Parks or someone like that? Or
well, she was
in
on
the
there
running.
too, but
you know,
she
like
wasn't.
somebody like that. But, you know, let's just say, if I had a vote, I'd probably say Eleanor Roosevelt. She did, you know.
She was second.
She was great with racial relations. She helped the Tuskegee Airmen, and she did a lot of great things. So I would probably vote for her. But I think a lot of times this goes off of some group. They're raising money off of this thing.
Yeah, it's a pack of some
it's
sort.
a pack.
Yeah, it is.
And they can make a lot of money.
Well, yeah, it's what it is. You know, honestly, as long as it's a real 20 and I got a couple in my wallet, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I got a couple. You could put Mickey Mouse, you could put Minnie Mouse on there. I wouldn't care.
I don't know.
As long as it's real and it spends.
As many 20s as we all use, you know, on a yearly basis, I think it just starts up all kinds of stuff. People, they'll be looking like, well, what are you trying to say? You know, I think it just opens up a can of worms. So
see, I like it because it'll tweak the racists.
I don't know.
It'll drive them nuts. They look on their 20 and they say a black woman. It'll freak them out. And
I want reparations.
Well, then there's that.
I don't know. I think it opens up a can of worms. So let's just say, Rose, you know, whoever they pick, but I don't think they'll go with Harriet Tubman. I just don't think they'll.
Believe me, it's changing. It's coming. I mean, it's just going to happen. Just because
Rosa Parks, everybody likes Rosa Parks. I don't think anybody has any problem with her. You know, if you're going to pick a black lady, you know, that's cool. But
what about Oprah?
No,
I like Oprah.
No, you know, Oprah talks
wrong
way
with
too
Oprah?
much. You know, I don't know. Oprah gets on my nerve.
Halle Berry, put her on the 20.
Oh, there you go.
Possibly. I'm kind of. You're getting better. You're getting warmer.
I'm just saying.
You're getting warmer.
You know?
That's good with me.
All right. You ready to take some calls?
Yes, sir.
I got somebody standing by for us, a black guy at 718. Let's go to Kelly. Kelly, you're on with Richard.
Hello, Kelly, my sister.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
I'd like to first, before I ask my question, I would tell just a real quick little story.
Okay.
To lead into my question. There was a friend of mine worked at a medical clinic. A girl called her to announce that she'd had her baby. And when she told her that, she said, well, is it a boy or girl? She said, it's a girl. She says, well, can you have the name and I'll get the chart ready for it. And so she told her the name. And then she says, well, could you spell that for me? And she said, wait a minute. So she had to go get the birth certificate so she could tell her the name. So my question is there a separate naming book and convention for black children?
I would imagine there's a thing called Urban Dictionary. You can look it online. So I would imagine it may be different names in there, but you know that whole name thing came up around the 80s. You know, people started changing the names and
everything is like Antoine.
Yeah, and I went to school with a girl. Her name was Exquintisha. It was like 15 letters. It was nuts. But I think it all came out of Black Panthers, militant. You know, it was like people. We got to just change it up because realistically, most black people up until the 70s were named like Richard, Henry, Mary, Barbara, Lisa, just normal names.
You're Richard.
Yeah, I think that's
true.
what happened.
But it was up into the 70s.
It was up into the 70s. So around mid 80s, you know, all these girls they started coming up with the T's and all these, different names. But, I think white people somewhat do it now because I never went to school with a Catlin or, Aiden and all these other names too. So I think everybody's mixing it up just because they're tired of the Henry Jones.
The nurse who was working on my mom when she was in the hospital, Shaniqua.
Yeah, Shaniqua. That's another one.
I kind of like that one.
The name that this girl gave her daughter was Rakifany.
See, it's just, I wouldn't do it.
Ratiffany or Rakifany?
Rakifany.
Oh, see, now we're just making up sounds.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Like, it's kind of the kiss of death, too. Somebody did a study, and it was like they sent out all these resumes. Like, I'm talking like 50,000 resumes, and they, it was a black sounding name or a white sounding name. The white sounding name got way more callbacks. It's you can actually Google it. I can't think of the name of it. Somebody did a study, but you kind of handicap your kid with that. It's tough enough to be black anyway, but when you walk in on an interview, if you're Exquintisha or some weird name like that, you kind of handicapping your kids. So good luck. You'll be taking care of them forever.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Bye-bye.
Kelly.
All right, let me ask one, then we have to get to a break. And if you want to ask Richard, call the show, 419-240-1055. Here's the question.
Yes, sir.
Ask him to explain the term honky. Where does it come from?
I think that was I think that was a Southern term that Southern people from like Southwest called each other. I'm not exactly sure where that came from. I think that's kind of one of those things we picked up because I've heard Blues Brother movie, they'd say honky tonk and stuff like that. So
Right.
I think that might be more appropriate for y'all to answer that one. I just don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
think it's a funny, stupid word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honky.
Somebody knows.
You know what word always cracks me up? Cracker. Call a white guy.
Well, that
cracker.
I kind of get.
That's supposed to be
I
bad.
get that.
Yeah, that's supposed to be from slavery. You
Right.
crack the whip, like you crack the whip.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was because we look like crackers.
No,
Like
so.
saltines. It has
That's
nothing to
kinda
do with
going
the
there, too.
saltines. Because when I
No.
think of that, I think of white guy being a cracker.
I was always a baseball fan. I played baseball.
Really? It had something to do with slavery? See, there you go.
Yeah, I played
Learn
baseball in
something
high
every day.
school,
Here's your public
and
school.
they had like it was a Negro League baseball team. It was called the Atlanta Black Crackers. But
The Atlanta Crackers.
yes, it was.
Yeah, because
but
that's
it
where
was-
Ernie Harwell, may he rest in peace, that's where he started his broadcasting career when he lived in Atlanta. He started broadcasting Atlanta Crackers
No
basketball.
kidding.
Yeah, so I think that's a more
Yeah.
southern thing. So I'm not really sure where it comes from.
And that's
but
more offensive, probably, than.
I think that's one of those words that got lost over the years. So I don't think anybody really knows what that means. It's kind of like, I don't know. And then you got saltines running around too, so it's like everybody loves them. So
Yeah, who
Yeah,
doesn't love saltines? Yeah. All right, Richard's hanging out with us at 722. Any questions you want to ask him? 419-240-1055. Susie has some for you, so we'll come back with that next.
go.
It's Star.
Star 105 right now traffic. Driven by SuperFitnessToledo.com. Celebrating 43 years serving Toledo for less than $5 per week average cost.
We have no accidents to report. Beep beep. This has been a look at your right now traffic.
Come into Subway and fall in love
Zeus,
with a
take
new
my mic.
guacamole perfectly made from rice
For my big question.
Just a hint
Yes.
of jalapeno. Come in today and see how guacamole turns up the flavor to all your
Cool,
favorite
anything you want.
sandwiches. Subway, eat fresh.
Don't let anything get in your way of having fun this summer.
Hey, we got
Come and
mulch.
go whenever you
They
want
picked the
and be a
weirdest things to
VIP
do
with
in
a
our
platinum season
like-
pass.
But they didn't mulch all of
They
it.
didn't mulch
Instant
all of it.
pass with
How about
all
they
the
trimmed some
perks,
stuff
like
there?
They must have ran out.
Free
Pick
Soap
up the
City
litter
Water
and
Park
move
and
on.
early ride times to face
We have
Cedar
weird
Point's
priorities.
first floorless coaster, Rougarou. All for as
Like the
low as
mulch, I
6
don't think
payments
we
of
need mulch.
$33.
Clean
But
out the
hurry,
area. I
summer
don't
is
care
almost
if
here, and this offer ends May
Mowing.
25th. Get your
It's not
platinum
just mowing
season
the
pass
way we
today
do
at
it.
cedarpoint.com.
Because, you know, they got more
Hey, no,
things
like
to
what
work
was
on.
interesting to me, like when I reviewed the tape when I got home,
And the experts at
I could hear
Frisch's Big Boy are
alarms in the
accustomed
back.
to preparing and serving
Yeah.
quality and
From the
classics
apartments.
you won't find
But
anywhere
it
else.
wasn't
Take, for
on
instance, Frisch's
the radio.
classic
Like, does the
strawberry pie
microphone
made.
block all that? Or?
Handcrafted daily using scratch-made pie.
It
crust.
just doesn't pick 'em up. They're not
It doesn't pick it up. Oh, okay. I was just like, man.
You need one of those parabolic mics like they have on the sidelines that look like a little satellite
Oh,
dish.
okay.
Point it out there, then you can get them.
Because I was thinking, how do they do the show if ambulance goes to the hospital? Because it's loud.
Tasty
It's
Taylor
good.
from
That's
Taylor
what
Kia
we
with
do
some
for us.
amazing
Oh.
We don't mind it. We don't mind the ambient noise.
Drive
We get
to-
birds and crickets occasionally too.
Really?
We get birds.
Yeah, we get a bird
we
flying.
get, no, we get bugs.
Johnny has. Johnny had a bird fly in, I think.
Drive to. Not looking for
Ted, didn't Johnny have a bird fly in?
That's what he said.
$67 per month. Plus, all month
I don't
long,
know how
test drive
true
any new
that
Kia
is.
and register to win.
Johnny
Free
doesn't
giveaway
lie.
at Free Bay. That's right. Win a
So he just kept going, or did he go crazy? Get it out of here!
I think it flew right back out.
Oh, okay.
No, he said he had one crash into the window. I thought he said it's the window.
Yeah.
Did you see the story I sent you about the gas career first loves later?
I didn't get to read it. I
You know who that's from?
No.
Andy. You can't have the coach on, but we want to have some love doctor chick on.
In lieu of all discounts, all rebates
What do you mean a love doctor?
6 or more available.
Well,
See
I don't know. You'll see the email.
He sent us a
Set
coming
that
up
bad
in.
boy up.
miles per year, 20 cents over mileage. All offers exclude tax tag, title, and document service charge. Offers cannot be combined.
Everything summer is on sale at TAS Electronics.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I got a busy weekend heading down to Atlanta to get stuff out of storage.
Oh, that's cool.
Call it turn and burn.
How long were you
Leaving
in
after the
Atlanta?
show on Thursday, driving there, getting it all on Friday. We might even start driving back Friday.
Oh, I would if I could. Yeah.
Come back Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So you went to
6
Atlanta.
years.
You went to Atlanta first, and then you went to New
And then
Orleans.
3 years in New Orleans.
Okay.
Denny Schaffer is on Star 105.
All right, here we go. Susie, you need to be over
Okay.
there in the chair.
Oh, I'm not the one. Yeah.
7:26. Later on this hour, I think I'll do real or fake headlines for the Bare Naked Lady tickets. You know what we can do? We can do the Bare Naked Lady tickets. Have a seat, Trish.
Oh.
Or the I keep wanting to say Storm. They're the Walleyes. Walleye
They're
tickets.
naked lady
Tonight,
tickets.
7 o'clock. You can pick which one you want. All right, we all right over there, Susie? What's going on in the chair?
It's very warm.
Well, it's because Ted was just sitting there.
I like it warm. I'm cold.
All right, anyway, Richard hanging out with us. We have Richard's music.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Susie, hit the button.
Thank you.
Richard Fair, our friend. He's black. And we're getting to know the black
He's
man.
black?
Yes.
What?
No, he's black.
You're black?
I have factory tint.
Factory tint?
Factory tint.
You ever get ticketed for too much tint?
Yeah,
Pull you over?
they'll come over and say hello from time to time.
We're over. Now, I'm coming into work today, and there's a dude in a car next to me, and I'm stopped at the light over here. And he comes rolling up next to me, and early mornings I look over, and it's a brother, and all I could see was the tip of his nose because he was wearing his hoodie while he was driving. I had to double check.
It was Ted.
No, it didn't have any hoopty flames on the ride or hoopty ride flames like
right.
Ted does. And I'm like, dude, talk about drawing attention to yourself. You're by yourself in a car. It's whatever time it was I'm driving in. And your hoodie is up. Isn't that going to draw some suspicion? Or am I just a racist?
No, you're not a racist, though. I think what it is, he's probably cold.
Yeah.
Because he's just like me.
His windows were
Sorry.
Oh, maybe he just got in the car. I don't know.
Are you cold right now?
Yeah, I'm kind of cold. I'm always cold,
Ted, would you close the door?
Oh, no. This is your house, man. It's all right. Let's go.
No, we don't want to have guests come in and then you're freezing.
Oh, no, it's all right. I don't want to.
Are your nipples hurt?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Do black people's nipples get hurt?
Yeah, they actually do.
Oh, now we're taking it places we don't want to go.
Oh, it's cool. We all love Denny. He can say whatever he wants.
No, Denny can't. All right, Susie.
We love him. We love him.
You have some questions for Richard.
Questions.
Go ahead, Susie.
Susie.
Why are black people the better athlete?
Because we work harder at it. And let's just say it depends on what sport.
Basketball.
Well, okay, I saw years ago. I heard this guy on the radio. He did a book. It was a white guy. He called it like Taboo or something like that. And what he talked about is black Americans or people from Western African descent. We're the fastest in the world, but we don't have any of the powerlifting records. We don't have any swimming records.
Oh.
Let's say Africa. People from West Africa are quick, fast. But we don't win any marathons. The people from Kenya, East Africa, will win all the marathons. But it's almost like, but then it had people from Europe or whatever. They won all the powerlifting stuff.
So it's a function of environment and evolution.
Yeah, I think this is how people evolved. Just I just think that's how it was. Like Kenyans, they always win every Boston Marathon because they're at high altitude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're at high altitude, so they almost got an advantage over everybody else.
And it's a way to get out of poverty. If it's discovered that you're a world-class runner, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, everybody.
And so that's the way they escape.
But we have
in the inner city. If you're a tremendous talent when it comes to basketball or whatever sport, you're going to really be pushed, and that's all you're going to do because that's your way out of poverty. It's your ticket to a scholarship at a college and all of that. Isn't that part of it too?
Yeah, it's that. If you look at baseball, the black American baseball player. I played baseball in high school. It disappeared. These brothers are all now from the Dominican Republic.
I know.
Oh,
They're all
yeah,
from South America.
They are, yeah.
So does that mean they're not real black guys?
They're kind of black guys.
Kind of like Latino black guys.
Yeah, they're kind of they're kind of a mixed area.
Like Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah,
is he a black guy?
No. He's more light. He's more Hispanic. So,
but he's not white.
He's somewhere in the middle. I think all black people fall into kind of four categories. Basically off of slavery. Let's say most of our population would be almost like field Negroes, and then you say you would have another set house Negroes. Then you would have another set the talented 10th, like Oprah, Obama type people. They're the talented 10th. It's a guy named W.E.B. Du Bois. He was the first black person from Harvard. So he came up with this. He was kind of a leftist, communist type cat. He was like 10%.
Like our president.
Yeah, well, I don't
That's a joke.
It was like 10% of the population. They're supposed to lead everybody else. But then it's others. And so let's say you'll meet people and they'll be from Ethiopia, or the question has always come up to me and people will go, well, why can people from Ethiopia or the Caribbean come and they can do better than black Americans? Well, the reason is their crazy cousins ain't here with them. They get to leave their crazy cousins. Oh. My crazy cousin is here. My crazy cousin Wood, yes, he can get you a furniture set for $7 because he's on that stuff. He can really do it. But their crazy cousin Kalunda, who's chopping off arms over in Africa, he's over there.
Susie, what else?
I think you already answered my second question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Why do you run so fast?
Well, I just think it's environment. It was just how human beings somewhat evolved. Like we don't have any powerlifting stuff, and we don't have any swimming stuff. So I don't think we're the most superior athletes in the world. I just think football and basketball, we're the best in that. Just like the Belgians are the best in chocolate.
You know what's up with that?
I don't know. They're the best. Or the Germans are the best at, killing everything. And also cars.
That's funny. All right, you got any questions for Richard? He's going to be around here for one more segment. 419-240-1055. Did you bring anything in that you want to talk about?
I wanted to finish up with what Trisha talked about last week.
What was last week?
Oh, yes, the measure of a man.
Oh, really?
Well, that was the last thing we talked about. It was
Myth
from the
or real?
It was from the Newsweek article.
Did you bring that back in?
I think it's in my bag. Hang on.
I thought of a story that actually came up, but I didn't think about it until after I had left.
All right.
So we can talk about it after the break or
Well, no. Wait a minute. Talk about it now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You're getting all riled up here, aren't you?
I want to know.
That's right. You're getting all worked up. All right.
Got to find the photo of the banana in the Newsweek article, and then I'll get.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, it's radio.
Yeah.
Measure of a man, and then he got a banana.
And then it's
that isn't too sexist.
Your number one demographic is what's your demographics of your show?
Women.
Okay, yes, that's right. Well, we want to talk to them. We want to talk to her. This is your show.
Yeah, this
guy.
is my show. It's one of the tall tales.
Let's talk about the schmeckle. Go ahead, Richard. Tell us what you know.
Okay, this is years ago. Years ago to all my white sisters who's listening. Please call in. Yeah. Eddie Stewart, we love you. But what happened was I was in a room once with 9 white females. 9 of them. 8 of them date the brothers. And so I asked them, I go, well, how can this be possible? Everybody can't be packing a steel like Richard. I mean, come on. What's going to happen? I mean, this can't be. So after, I don't know, about a half-hour discussion, everybody goes around. The consensus, they would say, like, I don't know how much room because I'm not really a radio person. I don't know how much room I'll try to be as tactful as possible.
He's got delay. He'll
okay.
Yeah, I got it.
So they told me, this is what they told me, the 8 women in the room. And since I've said it to a lot of women, they've all somewhat agreed. They said the difference between black men and white men is they would go, when you're in the,
Hold on. If you have any kids in the car or kids listening, turn the radio off for about, 30 seconds. All right, go ahead.
They said when you're in, when you have a special time.
Sure.
Yes.
They said, no dissing nobody, please don't get mad. I love everybody. They said, with the white
button. Wrong button. Go ahead.
They said, what the white brothers would do is they'll go, is it enjoyable? Is it enjoyable?
Okay.
Almost as if they're uncertain.
Right.
But then they said, when a brother is in that special time, he's going, you're going to die. This is my show. This is my house. So it's more confidence. It's more control. It's more attitude.
Wow.
So that's what they told me.
So it's an attitude thing.
So that's the real difference in the bedroom.
There you go.
It's not a function of size. It's a function of confidence.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
It's so true that a lot of black males won't do everything.
Are we still on?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? We need to get to a break.
Is that
No, that's a fair question.
Okay.
Because there's a myth.
Did I word it correctly?
Yes, you did perfectly.
Thank you.
And I think everybody knows what you're talking about. All right, coming back, we're going to talk about smutty sex. So there you go.
It's sex.
No, actually, it's human anatomy and.
Sex doesn't have to be smutty.
Yeah, it don't have to be smutty.
Coming up, don't move. It's 7:35. You're listening to Star
105 weather. From the
That's what they told me. Okay, I'm like,
life is better with power from Generators Plus Company.
Here's your Star 105 forecast for today, becoming partly sunny with a high of 60. For tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 40. For tomorrow, sunny with a high of 68. And for Friday, showers and thunderstorms with a high of 75. Right now, it's 48 degrees at the Cumulus compound in Star 105.
Good morning. Here are your
All right, leave this person on hold.
Okay.
If she holds for the whole time, I'll go to her out of the break.
Okay.
And then we'll grab it and we'll send it to Amy.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
an unknown male suspect
they're
with
always
cash
getting
withdrawals
confused.
and bought international airfare and even clothing with all
Now,
those
what do
stolen
they do?
cards.
They're
All
just
of the victims
they're
say they last used
adult
their cards at
contemporary.
a
They just
overseas
do
cafe.
happy
There
talk,
are
but a lot more
reportedly
music.
10 victims,
Oh.
but it's unknown
stuff.
how much
Yeah, I'm
money
not familiar
was
with
involved
And
in
they
total.
don't. They just
A
do.
new bill could
Are they
give
out of Detroit?
victims
No,
of
they're
rape and
right
sexual
downtown.
abuse
They're
5
searching.
more years to file charges in the state of
But we're
Ohio.
always getting
The
confused because
House
our
passed
signals
that
are we're
legislation last night,
105.5
extending
and
the
they are
time period for prosecuting
101.5.
suspects to 25
And
years
so
after
Denny's
the
been saying
crime.
from the
The
get-go
bill now
that
heads
we
to
need
the
to
Senate.
change our
It is
branding
do
because
or
people are
die for the
confusing it
Freedom
all the
Walleye
time,
tonight.
and they
Fisher
confuse it
tried
in
to
the
pack
books too.
Huntington
in
Center
the
for
ratings.
age 7.
You know, when they have to
Toledo
fill out,
and
it's like they don't really pay attention to what
second
station,
round
what
best of 7
they just know.
playoff
Oh, I listened to
series.
that, or
Puck
oh, I
drops
listened to
at
whatever, and I think
7:30,
he's
and
on
of course
this or
we'll have all the
whatever.
highlights
And
for
so
you
because
tonight
they'll,
on
I
Action
forget
News
how
at
it's listed
11.
in the actual Arbitron
Also later
ratings.
today on Action
Because
News,
at home,
find
I've
out why
actually
a
got,
Coast
I would
Guard
have bought
icebreaker
a
is
old,
back
like
on the
one of
waters
those
of Lake Erie
cheapy,
right now.
you know, you have
We'll take
Transistor type radios.
Yeah, one of those.
Now you're up
Yeah,
to the minute on
and
morning
that's just it.
headlines.
Yeah, people
I'm
just
Sasha
don't.
Bray with
You
They just
13
punch
News
around on their
Action News.
digitals and they
And
don't.
this comes up.
Or yeah, exactly, and they don't really know which one they're listening to.
So the demographics for this station is
It's women. It's we're women. What? 25 to 50.
25, 54.
Yeah, 25, 54.
Now, what's the best demographic group for radio?
That's it.
That one.
Also, you're number
Yeah,
okay.
because women are the ones who spend the money.
Yeah. Like when I sold cars, it wouldn't matter if
They
a
make
man,
the decision.
it wouldn't matter if a man was a millionaire. He would have to. He would look over, and even if the woman let him keep his dignity, she would go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a. Oh yeah.
But if a woman's buying a car, she go, Harold, I'm buying this car.
The way I learned.
They totally control
Well,
it.
see, the other thing with car buying is, see, I buy a car from the inside out because I'm on the inside.
Yeah.
So for
Boy,
me-
does this picture pretty much say me in the 90s? My buddy, my Joe Harris, posted that.
Oh yeah, that's you. Yeah.
It's me with dark hair.
Whoa.
I shut off my sleeve.
They drove you crazy.
My buddy Joe Harris.
But yeah, I
me
buy
in the
my
90s.
car.
Interior,
The
you're
interior,
more
that's
comfort
in,
shoulder,
that's,
yeah.
I want comfortable seating. I want
car buying
stuff that I
right
can
now.
understand
Taylor
on my
Hyundai
dash.
will
I don't
double
like a
your
lot
down
of
payment up to
gadgets. I don't like
$6,000.
all
Yeah.
the high-end
So you drive
stuff.
now like a
I
Honda?
Wrangler.
Okay.
I drive a Wrangler.
So you almost like the
And I,
tachometer.
because I like the, because I like the outdoor.
What are you
I
waiting
like
for?
the
You could be
TikTok.
driving a
Yeah,
Hyundai.
yeah.
Hurry
That
into
to me is
Taylor Hyundai of
Is yours?
Pittsburgh
Okay, it says
You'll double
Mercy.
your down
Yeah,
payments up to
that's my
$6,000.
Okay, what does it say?
$5,000 cash back.
Okay.
Purchase a
Yeah,
2015
yeah.
Hyundai Elantra for
Oh,
only
okay.
$199 a
I
month.
figure people have to stare at my body.
You believe it?
They should, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
They should have to
Or
stare at
online
something.
at TaylorAuto.com. I'm Steve Taylor
You
from
missed
Taylor
it.
Hyundai.
You didn't
We
get
make
what
it
you had to
easy.
work. Yeah. Last week it was the prayer breakfast at they do it as old Gladiator.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Was
I
it the men's,
It's Northwest
Christian-
Ohio Christian Business Men. What?
There's, yeah, there's one for athletes, true, the Christian athlete.
Yeah,
one.
athletes in action. Because I know like Jim Odie and Bill Zahori, all them guys, they sponsor all this.
Oh, yeah.
And I went last week.
Was it
Like,
good?
yeah, it was cool. They had it
Ohio
was a
travel
veteran.
guide
He
out
got
for your
blew up in
smartphone or
Vietnam.
tablet.
Like he was supposed to get drafted.
You know Jim Odie?
Yeah, I know Jim.
Does he still own the Christian station?
No, he left. They had a big blow up, man. It was like the Christian guys. They kind of piranha each other too. It's kind of nuts. He owns it's a hotel on Reynolds Road by the Turnpike called Genesis Dreamplex. It's nice, man. Like if you go up in there, senior living, and you always had those
Oh,
things.
and Reynolds?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jim
My
Odie owns
brother-
it.
Carol has wished me a happy 70th birthday.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Today's Denny's birthday, but we're not talking about it until later, so don't mention
Okay,
it.
all right. Yeah, because I was actually about to say. I'm glad you said.
Yeah,
something.
don't say it, yeah.
Okay.
Because if once you start it, then you lose
extra day.
Oh,
follow
okay.
Plan
your
your Warren County, Ohio getaway today at Ohio's largest
filter all that
playground.com.
stuff. True.
That's
And then
Ohio's
she's up
largest
answering back all
playground.com.
morning for the birthday call.
Where do you go to service?
Oh, well, I go to St. Pat's Underground.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I've scrubbed and scrubbed, but you won't
Yeah, I'm
budge.
Catholic.
Enough is enough.
That's all right.
Biore deep cleansing charcoal.
Man, I'm kind of to the point. I'm somewhat done with observation, man. I'll go. Everybody's cool. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, no, I
Sayonara,
love the
blackheads.
tradition.
See
and
ya
I
on the
love
Biore
history.
strip
I
side.
love
All right, well, is that all the questions we have for Richard?
Find these new strips.
No, did Susie have any more?
I don't know. Susie! Do you have any more questions for Richard?
Nope, I'm good. Mine was sports today.
No, sports.
Athletics and
All right, do you have
running.
any questions
Oh,
for
you were
I'll
going on
ask you
about the. Ted was going to ask him
How
about
about
the
this?
bedroom question.
The bedroom question.
See, but I think that's a very good question. The difference between black men and white men in the bedroom.
It's attitude.
It is attitude.
Just like, let's say white guys, a lot of times they'll go.
I don't know if I
They're
want
mad.
a guy,
You know,
though.
football players, they'll score and they'll do a dance or something
Yes.
like that. And the white dudes get crazy.
Right.
The reason why a lot of times we're doing that is because every athlete that makes it out of the inner city, every one of them, they always knew somebody who was better than them, who died and got killed or didn't make it. So a lot of times they're dancing around because
For
they're
all other
sitting,
reasons.
they're sending homage to their boys who didn't make it. That's in jail. It's almost little signals like, yeah, it's all of us. Like, they all go.
Here we go. 7:41. Becoming partly sunny today with a high of 60. We're at 48. You're listening to Star 419-240-1055. All right, before we get back to Richard, let's go to the phones. We have Pam on the line. Hello, Pam. You're on the air. What do you got?
Well, for the Memorial Day picnic, how about a sloppy drunk?
A sloppy drunk. Will we accept sloppy drunk?
Yes,
Yes, we will.
Absolutely.
We accept sloppy drunk. That's awesome. You're a winner.
Oh, good.
So come on down to the station, pick up the prize.
All right, will do.
All right, what's your favorite station?
Star 105.
Isn't that something?
5.
Thank you.
What is it again? What's your favorite station?
Star.
And who are you listening to?
I'm listening to Denny Schaffer.
All right, I can't do this.
Yeah, you got
I can't do this to this
You
woman.
can't do that to her.
All right, hey Pam.
What?
You called the right station, but I get the feeling you were listening to another station.
Oh, no, I listen to you every morning. I don't listen to the radio, but I listen to you. You're Star, because you told people to say Star instead of 105.5.
All right, I got to give her a prize. All right, so what
What
were
is she
you
playing?
What was the contest you were calling up for?
Memorial Day party. Why you would be invited to a party?
Yeah,
We're
we're
not
not
doing
We
that.
haven't even mentioned Memorial Day on the show today. Somebody's playing a cruel trick on your radio. Somebody changed your station,
I think
and you're
they did,
listening to
hon.
somebody else. Do you have kids?
No. Well, they're 35.
Okay, so and you were listening in your car?
Yeah.
Are you driving right now?
Yes, I am.
Can you look down at the numbers and tell me what numbers you see on your radio without,
Yeah, but be careful.
putting yourself at risk?
Let me see here.
What does it say?
Whoops.
Yeah, don't drive.
Shit.
Oh, hey. So, Shiite is what we say in the radio business. Shiite. Yeah, you're listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
Son borrowed my car to go to work.
oh.
And
he changed
let me
it.
guess, he had my old station on, didn't he?
Which was that? He had 93.5, which I don't.
Oh, that's Mark.
Yeah,
All right, that's
that's
Skippy
Mark.
Lumber.
At least
All
same
right,
company.
you know what? We're going to give you a prize.
Okay.
Because you're a
you
loyal
listen
listener. Let me put you...
When I get in the car, it's all I turn on.
Oh, Pam, we love you, sweetheart. You are awesome.
I thought it was somebody I was confused with,
Yeah.
All right, hold on, Pam. Susie's going to give you something. Hold on, don't move. See if she wants the walleye tickets or...
Oh, okay.
You know what? Give her the bare naked lady. If she wants those.
Okay.
Usually I just...
She is precious.
She's
I
very
love
sweet.
that. Oh,
Don't
she
bum
almost
out.
drove off the
Don't bum
road.
out. Ouch! That's funny. All right, we left off, ladies and gentlemen, with Ask the Black Guy with Richard, who's hanging out with us. We were talking about difference between black men and white men in the bedroom, and Richard says it's all attitude.
Yeah,
the
it's
brothers
confidence.
come in there and they're confident that they're going to do some damage, and the other guys are like, they talk about
They're more
was it
insecure.
good for you? Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ted had a question.
I want to know if it's true that most African American males don't do everything in the bedroom.
The truth is, we all do everything. It's just we lie.
What do you mean you lie?
Yeah,
We
I'm
lie.
confused.
Like, okay, what was tripped out for us is when we get to junior high school, we were going like burned out. I'm talking, we were kids. And the subject matter would come up. When you were 7th, 8th grade, the subject matter comes up. And it was shocking to us because it was kind of like, well, nobody gave me this memo, but my white contemporaries, they had all these stories. It was just like, man, what's going on? Really? They'll do what? Okay.
Me too.
But it was, I think it's more just culturally, let's just say, culturally conservative. One of my mentors, he was, he passed a few years ago. His name was Matt. He owned a business in Savannah for years. He was a printer. So he would tell me he was from Alabama and he had played football. And he was like, okay, during segregation times, he was like, we couldn't go to their neighborhoods, but they could come to our games because we won. So, he had all these stories of, how the good white sisters of the South, they would show up at the games. And he was like, they would, partake in certain things. It was just like back there, sisters, they just wouldn't, So I think it's maybe from legacy of the past, but everybody's fully engaged now. It's just everybody lies. And I think that's what happened. We're just not.
There you go.
Okay.
It's almost like it's looked on. A lot of times it's looked on as
It's believable.
It's looked on as, you could be kind of weak, almost like Like you're more, subservient.
Yes,
So none of us are into the subservient stuff. Like even if we are, we ain't gonna admit it.
That's the telling part.
All right, so if we're coming in and hanging out with us, you want a pair of tickets to the wall?
Yes, man. I'll take a couple.
Or the black guys don't like hockey.
See, I like to fight. They got a couple brothers that fight, man.
Yeah, but they're not doing a lot of fighting here in the playoffs, though. But they're doing some hitting.
That's cool. I would love to go. I'm kind of into going to new things.
Can we hook them up?
We can, but I don't. He might have to stop back later because I don't have the.
Susie's the greatest. You're all right.
All right, so we'll hook
She's
you up
cute
with a
too.
couple of
She's all
tickets.
right.
She's very adorable. We love her. All right, before you go, I want to ask you about Tiger Woods.
Okay.
It's been rumored now that he may have cheated on Lindsey Vonn. Shocking. Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn may have broken up over Tiger's cheating, according to his source. Tiger had a one-night stand after he was eliminated from the Farmer Insurance Open back in Feb. He confessed it to Lindsey. Sources say it wasn't with anyone special. He really wanted Lindsey to be the one, but he can't help himself. He's got an addiction. He's relapsed. And, of course, that's what broke up his marriage, because his infidelity was just horrible. But he had a relapse in the sex department, according to the reports. Your thought on Tiger?
Me, I kind of always hated Tiger Woods anyway. So it was he's on that, and I'm multiracial, I'm not black, all this other stuff. So, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan. Everybody likes a winner. Like, personally, I didn't like Jordan. I was always a Piston fan. So
me too.
Forget Jordan.
I like Jordan after.
No, I
respected him. I respect him now. But during the Bulls and Pistons years, I hated him.
I met some people from Chicago and I asked him, what do you think of him? And they called him, you can't say in a word, but they said he's a POS. I was like, what does that mean? They was like, piece of,
Oh, okay.
Who? Jordan?
Yeah, like the people around Chicago, they knew him. They hate him.
I thought he's a god.
No, not to everybody. I knew people on the radio station, like the only black-owned radio station in Chicago. I know him, and a lot of employees, they know him too. Like they know Obama, they know a lot of these people. They're just like, nah, he's difficult. Everybody would say that, but about the Tiger Woods thing, because I probably kind of don't really like him. I don't really, it's kind of his fault. But the whole relapse thing, I just think he's a guy with a million options, and they're all over him. I mean, one time a friend of mine is a concert promoter, and he was like, I need you to drive this big time rapper, a guy named Young Jeezy. So he was like, I give you $300.
You know him, Ted?
The Snowman.
Yeah, Jeezy is a Snowman. I didn't even know who this dude was. I'm 38 years old. I'm like, well, you giving me how much? Put him in the car. So I'm driving the guy around, and it was like, I actually hit the stage with him. It was right before the sports arena closed. The guy was totally professional. He was a total businessman, total everything. You would think he more talked about his stocks than anything. Now on stage, he's like, kill everybody in the building. Everybody's dying. But he was more a business person. But the sheer power that we had just walking in, man, I was just the driver. I could have said, anybody, you come in, they would have just came. So I just think, and he's just a rapper on a small scale that most people never even heard of. Tiger Woods is a rich man. He's a famous man. They're coming at him like it ain't no stopping it. So all these guys, my favorite is all these people, they'll go, well, I would do this, I would do that. Come on now. I mean, it's just.
Same thing will happen when you and I are hanging out on the weekends.
There you go.
Of course, we'll be picking up all the blue hairs at the old folks' house.
That's cool. They got pictures.
What are you going to do while Richard's busy?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hold the camera.
Hold
his wallet.
We take picture checks and everything. Like
yeah, all of that. Anyway, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks a lot, fellas.
Appreciate you. All right, coming back. Oh, yeah. Coming back, we're going to play real or fake news headlines. You get to choose the walleye tickets or bare naked ladies. So stand by for that. But first, Denny Schaffer for Taylor Kia. Buy one, drive two. That's right. You buy one, drive two off the lot at Taylor Kia. Buy a new Kia Sorento, Optima, or Sedona, and you drive away in a new 2015 Kia Optima. No additional charge. Now, if that's not your thing, you don't want to, that's cool. You can actually lease the Kia Soul, which I've been driving, my little hoopty ride. I love it with the killer stereo, for $67 a month. That's right, $67 a month. Now, all month long, you can test drive any new Kia and register to win a weekend getaway.